Hey guys, it's Mark from North 7 Outdoors. Welcome back to another episode. Today we are installing the console Garmin fish finder unit. It's a lot more work than the trolling motor Garmin unit. So this is actually day 2. Day 1, you'll see I've got to edit, and then we're going to finish it off on day 2. So far everything's going quite well. Haven't run into any issues. So hopefully this video helps someone. Thanks for watching, and here's day 1. Hey guys, so here we are with the installation process so far. So I took out the old Hummingbird, was right here, took this out, turned out it was just a wire, so there's a hole there, so I put it back on to cover the hole. I think this is also the same thing. There's probably a hole and no wire under this thing. So we're keeping these on even though I'm not running Hummingbirds anymore, and they were never part of the deal. It covers up holes that kind of make your boat look janky. There's a hole right here that has a plate. I'm hoping to run the Garmin through here and then back down this way. And this is the other reason why you really want to ram mount. I'm never going to get my gimbal mount there, but I can get my Hummingbird mount here. So I'll probably mount it right around here. I need 9 inches. That might be good. This is a lot smaller than the other ram mount I bought. It's supposed to be the same one from Cabela's for like 45 bucks. It will work, but it's just a smaller base and everything. So I'm a little worried about that, to be honest with you. So I'm definitely not going to just screw through this, and it's plastic. I'm definitely going to bolt with a nut bolt and washer going on there to secure this, because if it falls on the bow mount, it's not a big deal. It's probably going to fall on the carpet 99 of 100 times. This is a very good chance it just goes out. So I ripped out everything so far. Here we go. Pulled the transducer and power cord. They're already way back there next to the terminal and getting ready to do the transom. Wasn't too bad, to be honest with you. It was kind of janky. They did some backward stuff for sure. So the plan is, whether you're working on a boat or you're working on a car or truck or something, basically it's a puzzle, right? You're deconstructing the puzzle and then you're laying it back down. So I've got to start here and then I've got to lay it back down. So let's get on with that. Okay guys, so we managed to get the Garmin transducer cord in through here. That was work, let me tell you. It's got this hard plastic thing here protecting it from rain and whatnot. So fed it through here under the ribs, back out here. So that part's done. They give you 50 feet of transducer cord. This is what the other guy did. I thought it kind of looked janky, but now I see I have to do it as well. This is your power cord. It runs to about here, okay? So I have to extend the positive and the negative anyways, another 3 feet, which is what this guy did. Only instead of using normal butt connectors, I'll at least shell out the extra $2 and get the heat insulation or heat shrink wrap butt connectors there. So there we go. This is, I'm gonna put the power cable in, and then we're gonna call it a night, because I've still got to move the boat because we've got flood conditions behind me. I moved it 10 feet. I gotta move it another 10 feet tomorrow. We're gonna mount everything to the transducer and hook up the batteries and see what happens, guys. I'm pretty excited. So the last thing I have to do actually is lift this out, and I kind of got to slide those 2 cords under this crack here. You see me moving it up and down. We're gonna slide them under the console, and then see, I know we can poke them both through here, so that shouldn't be a problem. And then I just have to install the ram mount tomorrow and the transom board, extend the power supply cable, mount the transom transducer to the transom board, and we are done. Okay guys, so I got the transducer back through all the way there, so we are set on the transducer. The power cord, we're going to run this way, back the opposite way, because I don't have to feed a massive transducer through that little square tubing. The only thing I don't really like is I've got some play here. I don't like that too much, but we might just deal with it, to be honest with you, because it's still a lot cheaper than a marina. We'll see if I can get that out of there. I will. If not, then we're gonna have to just deal with that. But most of it's hidden all the way through here. Once I get the board on there, I have to hide another one. I have to hide the power cord cable as well. So here we go. Okay guys, so we got this one tab in place here. You're gonna notice there's a black line, there's a crease there. Not really a whole lot I can do about that. This boat is an early 2000s model. When they made this boat, I'm sure they weren't thinking that the thickness gauge of transducer and power cable we're going to increase by 15 times. These wires are just so much thicker than the other ones. There's just not enough space to hide them as well as I would like to, but I actually think that's not horrible. This is as far as I can get the wire there. I'll put something in here to keep it. I think that's going to work okay. Again, I'm not going to pay someone $500 to install this when I can do it myself. And again, it's not perfect. Maybe they could have hidden that perfectly. I don't know. I do like how this turned out. I used the old Hummingbird cable here to hide that massive hole. So that's perfect. Couldn't ask for better. Just hoping that the ram mount is going to work quite well here with the windshield. I'll have to play around with that the best I can. I might have to mount it over here. We'll see how that goes. So I just have to extend the cable tomorrow, the power cable. Have to get an extension for that. Yeah, feed it through there with the transducer cable and we're ready to go. This is going quite well for day one. Tomorrow will be day two. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Okay guys, welcome back to day two. So I better explain what I did. So I put two nuts, bolts, and washers down here. They're very hard to get at, so I just put two more screws. It's sturdy. If I had a 250 on the back of this thing, go 70, 80 miles an hour, I would not trust this mount, to be honest with you. But for 40 miles an hour or 30 miles an hour, it will be fine. I hope. I'm going to monitor it for sure, and if I don't like it, I'm just going to switch out another ram mount rather than lose $1,000+ unit. So I had to splice in to the old power cable extension line because again mine was short, very short. I just went ahead and used the heat shrink butt connectors as opposed to the regular butt connectors that just, in my opinion, aren't as good. And I really don't want to dig this up. So I mean, spend the extra $1 or whatever they're like 3 times the cost. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I think they're about $1 a piece. Spend that money because you're not gonna want to rip this up all the time and be like, hey, is that my problem? So anyways, ran it through here, haven't put this back on, just connected everything to the starter battery right here. I believe I have it in the right order. I might have to do some sanding. I haven't even tried the trim on this boat. This could be the start of many backdoor projects. But I think I have everything in the right terminal. So let's see if it turns on. If it turns on, we still have to install the transducer. Okay, great. That's on. Sorry, it's sunny. Echo Map Plus. And I want to be clear with you guys right now, I'm putting a 90 knot, I'm not putting an SV plus transducer on this, I'm putting a regular SV transducer because I want the touchscreen for waypoints and I like the mapping in this unit. I have an SV at the bow mount using the SV plus unit because the SV plus unit came with a trolling motor installation kit and the SV did not. So I'm hoping I can use the opposite transducer on each of the units. So there we are. Lovely tweed here. You see, it's just so much more handy here. So there's Stokoe, Muskie, capital of Ontario. Well, probably not, but it is known for Muskie. I have some waypoints on here I already put on. So there we go, guys. I just have to install the transducer now, and I can actually put this back now, screw this back into place, and now I just got to take off the old transducers and we're done. Okay guys, so I'm just going to try and pull all this crap out of here. This is the old Hummingbird transducer. This is some other boat stuff, I imagine. We're going to get a transom board and mount everything to the transom board, and that's why I have a transom board as well. Instead of drilling 3 different units into the transom of my boat, I'm drilling 2 holes in the transom boat and everything else to the transom board to save your transom, right? Because I don't really like drilling holes in my boat below the water line. sorry to go back to this, but I mean, I really, even though I've never used a transom board, I really can't say, you know, that this is the greatest thing in the world. But I mean, common sense is probably going to tell you that the screws for this little transducer are probably not as big as, I haven't checked the screws, but they're probably not as big as this transducer, because it weighs about 15-20 times as much as the other transducer. So I mean, I imagine these screws are going right in there. I haven't put the bracket on yet, but that's gonna go down. And so I really just think that even if these little screws couldn't penetrate the thickness of the transom, the big screws going into this Garmin transducer probably are going to. So transom board, 25 bucks. Transom board is put on, just 2 simple screws here. This is all just a thick gauge 3/4 inch plastic, I imagine. So let's see if she's level. There we go, pretty much level. I'll take it. Okay guys, so I got it pretty much leveled where I want the transducer. Okay, so as far as I'm concerned, that's more or less level, going in the direction of where the transducer shoots out from the boat here. So I'm just going to tighten this up, and then I'm done. I just got to wrap up the zip cords, or zip tie the cords all back together, and I'm pretty much done. Well guys, I think we're finally done. I'm no expert at this, just wanted to save a few bucks. $100 an hour to install stuff at a marina isn't exactly cheap. So I got both the Garmin units hooked up, and you know, are things a little backwards? Maybe. But at the end of the day, you know, I think it's worth saving $500 for me in my situation. And at the end of the day, I bought these fish finders to make me a better fisherman. So let's see if they work. Okay guys, so I think everything is okay. But you know what? It really doesn't matter if the transducer is off of it, because I'm not really putting it into the transom of my boat. I'm putting it into the transom board. So I can play with that thing all I want to. So it's no big deal to me if I rip it out and move it up or down a little bit depending on how I need it. So I think I'm going to be absolutely fine here. Hopefully this is going to help me win a tournament this year. That would be great, or at least finishing the money. Alright, thanks for watching, and